Welcome to a run because some guy on YouTube asked for it. He said, I haven't seen you play a 4 infantry deck much. Rifle, missile, shock, grenade with Pitbull and whatever air takes your fancy, Orca or Talon. Seems effective against the plethora of 2 ranged units. The reason I haven't played much quad infantry is because quad infantry is definitely quite weak. It's just like, you don't want to have too much of your deck committed to a single unit type because it makes it too easy for your opponents to just make one thing to beat you. Having Pitbull and Orca gives me some other options, but like my anti-infantry is rifle shock. So because I'm in rifle shock only, if my opponent makes only shock troopers and is on defense, I can't win anymore because all I can do is throw shocks into them. This is why you normally see dogs with shocks or, you know, rifles with other anti-infantry unit that isn't infantry, because then you have different unit types to spread out your armor type. Like it's not about the damage type, it's about having different armor types. Anyway, we'll play the deck in a credit blitz. Credit blitz usually quite a soft event, so I think we'll probably do alright. But yeah, I have played some quad infantry before. We've also done like 6 infantry, which is obviously nonsense. There is a deck that Alicia used to play back in the day quite a bit that was quad infantry Pitbull Titan, back when Titan Splash was quite popular. Alicia had convinced herself this deck was quite good because she kept winning on ladder with it, and then she took it to some tournaments and just obviously couldn't beat the good players with it because it was quad infantry and people would just play things like Razorback. But yeah, she used to call it Booty Shorts deck. I don't know why. I really have actually no idea where that name came from. But I mean, quad infantry, like, it'll be okay. It's just that having only one armor type is a big weakness a lot of the time. Like when you need to fight against infantry and the only thing you can make against it is more infantry, that sort of thing leaves you really far behind. Like if I play, I mean, because I have a vehicle and an air anti-vehicle unit, there are not that many vehicles I'm going to struggle with. It'll mostly be infantry. Like, infantry is definitely the one thing that this deck could be very weak to, just because all of its anti-infantry is also infantry.
Unit ready.
I also could see this deck being bad against, yeah, I mean, snipers, because again, like, infantry is going to be its weakness. Because all of my, like, if my go up against snipers and they just block for their snipers, the only thing I have that can attack the sniper is rifle and shock, neither of which is really going to get the job done. So I'm going to be relying on like iron cannon to deal with snipers, which is super awkward. Ooh, an obelisk. I'm going to try and kill the obelisk, I think. Not sure this is the right play. Block here. Alright, he didn't shoot the Pitbull with the obelisk, which is a big misplay. Alright, Russ 370 down.
Mission accomplished. 3, 2, 1. New objective.
The Mafia. That's a weird name.
Building online. Unit ready.
Reporting. Move.
Unit ready.
Rifleman ready. Unit ready.
I'm not sure I should move in here, but I'm going to do it anyway. I feel like I want to stall a little bit. Get some more information on what we're doing.
Unit lost.
I don't know what my opponent is up to yet. Maybe I should be defaulting to charging in credit blitz. That's probably a good idea.
Building online.
Last time I went Gren against the buggy, but since this guy has Rifleman in play, I feel more comfortable just making a Pitbull. I don't really want this shitty Rifleman, so I'm just going to send it. Send it to die. I don't really care about it at all.
Unit lost.
Now would be a good time for Grens.
Unit ready.
Send them down here because that's likely where his buggy went. Yep. He made flames. Okay, let's see if we can block the flamers out. Get my shocks in play. Alright, that should be fine. We can bring the second shock down as well to guarantee we win that fight. Alright, cool. Bring these shock troopers along. We haven't seen what our opponents... I mean, if it's just buggy rifle, he's going to have a really hard time. Buggy rifle is never going to beat shock Gren. Well, you know he has Seth, but Seth is very expensive and not going to come out very often. Ah, he has Inferno. Interesting. I'm trying to bait him into attacking some of my weaker squads. Gonna have to make Pipples against this, I think.
Unit lost. Unit ready.
My anti-air is a little weak, but Pipple missile usually is enough to win most games of Rivals. Oh shit, my Gren got bombed.
Lost. Unit lost.
I actually really needed those Grens. That was kind of awkward. Alright, nice. Grens should be able to clear out even a burrowed tick tank fairly quickly. Actually, kind of no, like it's taking a ridiculously long time. I also have Orca, but Orca also not great against burrowed tick. It's much better against unburrowed tick.
You are victorious. 3, 2, 1. New objective available.
Moving out.
Building online.
You got it.
1v1 me slug. 1v1 mid.
Move it. Unit ready. Open. Marching orders received. Leading. Rifleman. Move. Let's. Unit
Alright,
ready.
well. Nice laser troops, I guess.
Infantry ready.
Flamey boys. I'm gonna make a third rifle in case these two don't get the job done. Yeah. Having to move the second one in like this means that I wouldn't necessarily win the 2v1. Even at 3 rifles for a flamer, I'm still paying 10 less than he is.
Unit ready.
Report. Rifleman awaiting orders. Infantry ready. Rifleman ready.
We're gonna make flamers soon. Yeah. So we need to get our 2 rifles back together. And then we'll make shocks. Because obviously, like I said, if my opponent just makes heavy infantry spam, that's actually going to be one of the hardest things for us to beat.
Unit
Because I have to defend it with my own heavy infantry. I can't move the Grens yet. Alright, it's fine.
launched.
If I've moved the Grens off there, there's a risk of the missile flipping. So I need to wait until my other unit was on the bottom pad. He's gonna make flamers, I assume, or he's gonna make whatever his other anti-infantry is. Looks like he just has flames.
Building online.
Walk to retreat. He's a good man. Maybe he just doesn't have anything. See, now he's in the spot I was talking about, where he has to be on the defense. He has to be on offense in a heavy infantry mirror. So he just gets wrecked. Like, there's nothing he can do because he has to push his flames into my shocks, and then I win. So he just gets absolutely destroyed. So this is a big problem with only having like one armor type of anti-infantry. I don't know what other anti-infantry he has, but like this is clearly like flames are not going to cut it. He's going to need something else. It's probably a tech unit, to be honest. That's usually what it is. And then you just end up in these spots where you can't win the early game at all because you need your tech unit to fight whatever nonsense your opponent has. And this is why tech sucks.
Launched.
Yeah, we'll have a look, but I'm guessing he probably has like Flame Tank or Widow as his other anti-infantry unit, which just is too slow to win. Like the game is just over before he gets it out.
3, 2, 1. New objective received.
Alright, Zorg. Zorg, friends with the Borg.
Unit ready.
I'm reliably informed.
Action.
2 halves? No?
Unit ready.
Weird rifle around the top, probably to check for a rush, because this is a map where people often just send a unit around the top at the start. And then I guess he'll use it to guard his lasers going in.
Ready.
Apparently so. It's not going to work out great for him. The thing is, there's just not a lot of advantage to playing rifles over dogs in a deck like this. Like, if you play dogs, then you get an additional unit type. Like, you get additional armor type to fight against enemy infantry. And it's just, they're not that much worse than rifles. Like, if you have the shocks, you still have something that can smash rifles, missiles and lasers. And that's what really matters. Shit, I misclicked pretty badly there. Oh my god, are my shocks gonna lose? Wow, they got crushed. I really thought they'd be able to at least finish off the rifleman. That was surprising to me. I don't know if this Gren wins this fight either. There's only 2 of them. Looks like it's gonna lose. Oh, sad. Well, that went poorly, mostly because of my misclick. It cost me a lot more Tiberium than it should have. Should have won that without having to bring in the Pitbull or the extra shock trooper.
Unit lost.
God, I'm playing so badly. Giga Cannon, you say? Well, here's the 2 range that we're looking to defeat. To be fair, Grens are going to be pretty great against Chuggy Giga. Go on, Grens, easy. Easy kill. Actually killed so easily that I built this extra Gren squad expecting to lose that fight. And then instead I won it incredibly easily. Now I just have an extra random Gren lying around. This is not looking great. I actually need to move this in. And it's gonna lose. And I need a Pitbull because he's gonna follow up with Chuggy. Yeah, this did not go well. Did not go well at all. I didn't have anything that could clear the rifles, because again, as I've said many times, if you don't have the alternate armor type, like if my opponent makes a bunch of infantry and puts them on defense, my only option is to walk infantry into them, which is terrible. Like you saw there, I lost like 2 shock troopers just trying to walk into riflemen. And this is why quad infantry is bad. And there's just like the advantage of playing. There's basically no advantage to having the rifleman over dogs that I can think of. It's like really just almost no gain. So there's just no reason to do it. Like, you're just so much better off playing the war factory instead of the barracks, like as your 10-cost unit. If you're gonna have shocks, I need to back up because I'm gonna get killed by the Giga Splash here. Probably gonna have to use an iron cannon. Depends what he brings in. If he just makes vehicles, obviously my double Gren is going to be amazing. But I was assuming he'd make some infantry. He's not making infantry. That is surprising. Alright, I'll just kill him with Grens then. Feels good, man. Alright, GG. Did not make enough infantry. Couldn't beat the Grens. It's hard to argue with the results there though. Like, I mean, I played against Giga and a Giga Chuggy deck, and we just actually smashed it like completely. Mostly because of Grens, I think. Like the Grens, like Gren is the most important part of that.
Enemy base destroyed.
Right, Jeffrey? Did you see me send a unit up there to block, and then the bikes didn't show up, and I was like, I don't understand.
3, 2, 1. New objective available.
Alright, Patrick is our final boss.
Building online.
I'm not sure, I just don't like, I feel like snipers would be a problem, which is a 2-range. I feel like an MLRS deck with Shatterer in front would also be difficult. So I'm not sure how much 2-range this deck really is going to be able to smash. Because you can't walk Grens into Shatterer, and it's quite, I mean, I guess I have the Orca. Maybe because I have Orca, Pitbull, and Gren, which are like 3 serious anti-vehicle units. Pitbull's not super serious, but you know, it can attack things like Shatterer. Maybe having that much anti-vehicle of different armor types will mean the MLRS deck is not a problem for me. I don't know why I built my war factory there. I think because I was talking about Shatterers. Obviously, I just want shock troopers to fight his shock troopers. See, now we're going to end up in the situation I was talking about, where one of us is going to have to be on defense with our shock troopers, except he has dogs. So he can be on defense. He can lose the shock trooper mirror and still send in a unit that can attack my shocks. And I don't have anything that can do the reverse, which is troubling. Yeah, see, here comes some dogs, and then I have to make something else to fight dogs. Whereas he can just make shock troopers the whole game. So it's pretty good for him. Like, it's a big advantage for him. I don't know why he didn't send his shocks to attack my missiles. Putting a threat on the bottom pad like that would have been a big problem for me. Too late now, bro. You need to do it sooner. So I'm basically forced into just making shock troopers most of this game. It actually looks like it's a very similar deck to mine, except he has dogs instead of rifles. Yeah, go for my harvester, it's not there, lol. And that's why you don't put the harvester in the top spot. Because it's way too easy to attack it after you take control of the middle of the map. Instead I put it in the bottom spot, and he lost his Grens without doing any damage, which seems like a better trade for me. This is my prediction. He's gonna make Orca. Yeah, there you go. You can tell when someone's gonna make Orca. Because they're playing GDI and they're not winning, and then there's a pause where they don't make anything for a while, and you're like, yeah, they're going to make Orca. Because that's what you do when you're losing as GDI. You're just like, I'll just make Orca and hope that I can just win with Orca against everything. Wow, that's a lot of Grens, my dude. There's a lot of Grens. Pretty sure we've won this game. Seems kind of tough to lose from this spot. Alright, final boss defeated. Oh shit. Did not manage to save Lonely Shock Trooper.
You are victorious.
Alright, so there you go. There's some 4 infantry. You got to see the deck in action. It's not terrible, obviously. Like, it's still solid units. There's no, like, garbage unit. It's just a little weak to specific things, like having to attack into infantry. But, you know, there it is. Quad infantry. I wouldn't recommend for the reasons I talked about. Mostly discussed the deck building there. But I hope you enjoyed it anyway, and I'll see you later.